An overturned truck causes an early morning mess on I-10 in Metairie.
This morning, Christy Coleman will have the latest on this breaking traffic situation.
Fox 8 News, awarded Best Newscast in America. Fox 8 Morning Edition starts now.
And a very good Thursday morning to you. I'm Greg Adeline.
And I'm Liz Reyes. Well, right now, crews on I-10 in Metairie working right now to remove a wrecked truck that's blocking all lanes. Let's get straight to Christy Coleman for the latest on that breaking situation. Christy.
That's right. Coming in from Metairie right now allows some extra time because all lanes are closed. I-10 East near West End. That's because of an accident where a vehicle overturned this morning. We do know that that vehicle has been uprighted, as you can see there, and pushed over to the side, but there's still a lot to clean up. You can see those crews right there working to clear those lanes as soon as possible, but this could be a situation where we see some on and off closures because, of course, there's a lot to clean up. Now, little information known at this time, but we do know at the moment all lanes are closed I-10 East near West End, and we are seeing some delays building back to the I-10-610 split. So coming in from the western part of the city, don't get stuck in this. You can take I-610 as an alternate. Of course, we'll keep you updated with the latest on Facebook and Twitter, and we'll have more details coming up in just a few minutes. Chris?
Now, your Weather Authority forecast from Chris Franklin.
All right, thanks, Chrissy. Yeah, we do have a little bit of rain on radar. At the moment, we're under dry conditions. Starting out the morning with mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. There is going to be mostly cloudy skies throughout the better part of the day today. And the showers that are off to our west have been showing some progress of moving eastward. Now, a lot of this is very, very light rain, but I want to show you something. One of our models earlier had all of this kind of dissipating, but if we go to our future scan option on Viper, watch what it does. It takes a lot of this rainfall, and again, very light, but starts to spread it toward our metro area. So we may see Thibodaux, Morgan City, Gonzales, the river parishes getting in on some of this rainfall first. But if it does hold together, then perhaps a little later this morning, we may see some of this lighter rainfall. Does look like with a lot of clouds and a good chance of rain today, temperatures are going to be kept down. Right now, we're in the upper 70s and low 80s. Belle Chase, Gulfport, both at 78 degrees. Slidell at 76, Lakefront Airport, and Kenner, both at 80. So it looks like we are going to see some light showers, maybe at 9 a.m., but most certainly through the afternoon and early evening. And that should keep our temperatures down as well. So I have that 89 degrees, but in areas that stay under cloudy skies and light rainfall, we won't get into the upper 80s. We'll have a full look at your Weather Authority forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Chris, thanks. 6:02 is your time, and in just a few hours, a citywide interfaith group will call for the removal of Confederate monuments in New Orleans.
Nearly 100 pastors and community leaders say they were going to focus on these monuments and specifically the historical and racial context of those statues. They're meeting this morning at 11 at the First Grace United Methodist Church. It's on Canal Street. It's near a monument of Jefferson Davis.
Well, students at one Laplace school head to class after a fire delayed the start of the school year. Last Friday morning, a fire damaged the East St. John campus, where both Lake Pontchartrain Elementary and East St. John Elementary School hold their classes. Today, Lake Pontchartrain students head back to school. Students at East St. John Elementary will move to the old Leon Godcho campus, but crews will need about 2 to 3 weeks to prepare the site.
The Saints gear up right now for their last practice with the Patriots. In yesterday's drills, the Saints got exactly what they wanted. The pace was crisp with both teams making plays on both sides of the ball. Injury-wise, the Saints were without their first team secondary with Jarius Byrd, Kenny Vaccaro, Keenan Lewis, and Brandon Brown are all out. Akeem Hicks went down but was able to leave under his own power. But the Saints had high praise for their own teammates like wide receiver Joe Morgan.
I've always been a fan of Joe's, you know, and I know he's kind of had his ups and downs, but I really have a lot of confidence in him, and there's a lot of things that he can do and do well. I've really loved his mindset coming in this camp. He's just great body language, a lot of confidence.
It was good. It's as good. That's as good as the dual practice can be. A lot of guys working together, and a lot of guys afterwards saying, "Hey, good job."
Some other notable performers. Tight end Ben Watson returned from the birth of his 5th child to pick up where he left off with several catches against his former team. Defensively, Cam Jordan was very active. He finished his day with 3 sacks, all on Brady.
In a Jefferson Parish courtroom today, a status hearing for the teenager shown in a cell phone video struggling with the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's deputy during Carnival. 17-year-old Brady Becker faces charges of battery on a police officer and possession of alcohol underage. The video shows a deputy punching Becker in the face before subduing him. The sheriff's office says that Becker started that fight.
Also in Jefferson Parish, a case of a former Destrehan High School teacher accused of having sex with a 16-year-old student is expected in court today. A status hearing scheduled for Rachel Respis. She and another former Destrehan High School teacher, Shelley Dufresne, were arrested in October accused of having sex with a student at the Kenner apartment of Respis. A decision on charges against Respis hasn't been made yet. In a separate case, Dufresne pled guilty to obscenity in St. Charles Parish in connection with having sex with a student in Monts, where she lives. Just last week, state educators permanently stripped Dufresne of her teaching certificate. Dufresne's status hearing in Jefferson Parish is scheduled for November.
New this morning, officials say 2 people were killed, 5 others wounded when someone shot into a crowd after a basketball game in New York. The drive-by shooting happened late last night outside the Boys and Girls Club in Rochester. Officials have not yet released the names of the victims or the condition of those injured. Right now, though, a large crowd is gathering near the site of that shooting.
New developments this morning. Authorities in Shreveport search for the gun of an officer that's been missing since the night he was killed on the job. Thomas LaValle was killed in the line of duty 2 weeks ago. Detectives say his gun was stolen and is still missing. They say it is a semi-automatic Glock 40 caliber pistol.
We need this weapon. It's an important piece of evidence in this case. And we know that someone out there knows where this gun is at.
Authorities say they believe the suspect took the gun. Grover Cannon is the suspect in this case. Police and Crime Stoppers are offering a $3,000 reward. They also say they won't press criminal charges against a person who returns the gun.
Right now, the Sewerage and Water Board is dealing with legal issues over possible property damage uptown. Residents and business owners blame drainage construction in that area for their crumbling foundations and splitting walls. So far, 142 people have joined the lawsuit. The group's lawyer says that the agency is not listening to citizens' complaints and says that the damages are adding up.
The dollar magnitude is, I would say, from the low 6 figures. I believe to at least one property, a church on St. Charles and Napoleon, will be several $1 million.
The Sewerage and Water Board denies any responsibility for the damages uptown. The agency says they would have liked homeowners to make a claim with their inspectors instead of taking the legal route.
This breaking news at 6:07. The biggest issue we have right now as you walk out the door is this accident. Kenner Metairie drivers headed toward the CBD popping some extra time because all lanes remain closed. I-10 East near Weston. Now, little information known as to what actually happened, but we do know a vehicle overturned. That vehicle has been uprighted and pushed over to the side, but as you can see, there's still some mess out there that crews have to clean up, and you can take a look at that damaged vehicle right there. A lot happening right now. DOTD on the scene, police there as well. We do know progress is being made, but not sure how long these lanes will be closed. So once again, coming in from the western part of the city, don't get stuck in this. I-10 East near Weston is closed, and we are seeing some delays back right now to the I-10 610 split. So go ahead and take I-610 as an alternate. Of course, we are keeping you updated on Facebook and Twitter. Follow right now at K Coleman Fox 8. That's a look at traffic now.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast from Chris Franklin.
You know, most of the summer has been pretty dry, and we started out August rather dry as well. We had one shower kind of early in the month, trace of rain back on the 4th, and then on the 5th we had 8/100ths of an inch of rain. Not much at all. But then this week, starting on Sunday, we have had some measurable rainfall every day. Almost, we were nearing an inch yesterday, but we're going to get another good soaking of rain during the day today. And as a matter of fact, computer models at one point had no rainfall this morning. Well, guess what? This rain shield, and very, very light rain, has been spreading slowly eastward. Now, you watch some of the activity over the last couple of hours. Let's see, how long is this loop? About an hour, a little more than an hour. Not making a great deal of progress. Most of the heavy activity is down to our southwest, but some of this has been spreading eastward. North Shore, we've had a little bit of light rain in the river parishes, and some of our models, or at least our future scan, on Viper is indicating that this may slowly move in our direction. So if that is the case, then in the next couple of hours, probably after about 8 or 9 o'clock, we may see some of that light rainfall. Notice we do have mostly cloudy skies moving in. However, from our camera out at our tower camera here at Fox 8, looking toward downtown, there are some breaks in the clouds. Our camera, though, is looking east where there is a little bit more clearing. 80 degrees right now at Kenner. Slidell is at 76 degrees, so a mild start. Cloud cover, rainfall will once again keep our temperatures definitely out of the 90s, and some spots may stay in the more mid-80s depending on the timing of the clouds and rainfall. So I did indicate maybe some showers, light rain around 9 a.m. through noon and even into the afternoon hour. Then by this evening and tonight, we do start drying out. Temperatures may not be so bad during the day today. We stayed at 85 degrees for a high yesterday, and that was set early in the day because of our rainfall. Disturbance, that's what's helping to trigger all of these showers and storms so early in the day. You couple that with some daytime heating and a little upper feature or a little surface feature, and we'll likely see a good chance for rain throughout the course of the day today. Now, once again, as I mentioned, our computer model not really has a good grasp of this because, remember, we've already got that light rainfall around us at the moment. And notice how the computer has just some coastal showers and nothing over us during the day. Hopefully, we'll get a new model run after 6:30. We'll have a little bit better idea of what is going to be happening, but I'm going to keep rain in the forecast today despite that model. 50% coverage for tomorrow, and then we start drying out as we head into the weekend and a little bit drier by next week as well. Another check of your Weather Authority forecast is coming up in just a few minutes.
6:11 right now. An explosion rocks Egypt's capital this morning. Find out who's now claiming responsibility for this blast.
Plus, wildfires rage in the western part of the country. New information this morning into what led to the death of 3 firefighters after this.